Hey guys, about to play the second match in a Battle for Zendikar draft, and we would like to play first. This is a hand to send away, though, unfortunately. It's an easy one to send away. Oi. I mean, I do get to scry, and knowing that makes this hand a lot better. I think I actually keep this. It might be a little bit risky, but if we hit an island, we're in pretty great shape, and our deck has a fair number of islands, and I get to scry, so I think I keep. This is a risk, one of the riskier ones I've kept, but good. I mean, the chances were good that we saw an island at least by turn 2 or 3, and it looks like we're going to hit at least one, so we'll play our Tide Drifter early. And we can play one of these early and then get value out of our Tide Caller later, so that's pretty good. We also have mana for if we draw another land for complete disregard, so. But yeah, we'll go Tide Drifter, end our turn. It's a good card to be able to. It's good to have Tide Drifter when you know you're going to be kind of having a slow start, like this one where we're stuck on 2 lands and can't really do anything. But he hasn't played anything yet, and chances are small that he can deal with our Tide Drifter. Although I guess complete disregard would do it, so he may have that. No, he's got a Dominator drone, but that doesn't worry me too much. We can block it for a while. All right, we did that, and that is drawing a land. For now, we just pass. We probably block the Dominator drone, and then if he uses a trick, I'll complete disregard it. Like for now, it's not ultra important that I kill a 3/2 with Ingest. Okay, well, we're going to go for this to get a 2-for-1, I guess. We'll go Swarms, complete disregard. So the 2-for-1 is nice, and there's a Demon's Grasp, and we're still not going to do anything. So there's no reason to play our Tide Caller when we have cards we can actually get 2 uses out of. We are struggling to draw cards. I did keep a really iffy hand, though, to be fair. But again, I think I don't need to worry about this culling drone. I can just keep chilling until I draw a land of some kind. And okay, our opponent is all three of the good colors for the colorless deck. It's probably more of a mid-range one, while we're more of a control one. Okay. Well, there's our culling drone. I don't mind that. He's going to be a 2/3, which means he can block everything. And we'll end our turn. But we are falling a little scarily far behind. We need to just draw a bunch of lands in a row. Ooh, his Tide Drifter. Well, that's fun. All right. We've been grave birthed. Still doesn't really. I mean, I guess no, he doesn't have any good attacks. I would just block here and here. Oh, he's going for it. Yeah, there's no reason to. Okay. That's fine with me. It's not listening to me clicking OK. There it goes. Okay, coils. Not especially good right now, but what we're going to do is maybe Clutch of Currents on his Tide Drifter. Yeah, makes him recast it. We don't want to bounce that, so we'll bounce the Tide Drifter here. And I think I'll actually swing with my culling drone. All right. The reason I'm doing that is because it will make Ulamog's Nullifier a thing. And then Is using coils worth it? I think we hold on to coils for now. Just in the turn. Next turn we can at least play our Tide Caller. Ooh, something scary. Yeah, that's scary. All right. Well, that's a problem. We fell way too far behind. I kept an iffy hand. It was definitely one where if we drew some lands, more than we have, we would have been okay, but we just didn't do it. Should have swung with his Scion too, I think, because would have done 1 damage more. I don't know that we really have any way of dealing with that Ruin Processor. Probably should have blocked the other way there. That was a bad move on my part, I think. Okay. Oh, we do have tightening coils. I kind of forgot about that. I was like, there's no way to deal with it. And there's a tightening coil. Yeah, I think we just end the turn there. We do have mana now for a nullifier, but I think we needed to deal with that processor as soon as possible. Okay, Spires is going to make his attacks a little better here. Although it's interesting he decided to do that. I guess it lets him attack with all 3 of his 2 power creatures. Okay, Forerunner. So he's going pretty crazy wide, which is not good for us. He's going to give his dude haste. Yeah, this is bad. This is not good. All right, so we're going to block this and this, which is what we should have done last time to prevent ingesting from happening. Okay. Got 1 card left in his hand. I think playing the Tide Caller is the best move right here. Should probably tap our mana differently, though. Yeah, we'll play our Tide Caller, get our clutch back. Gives us another decent blocker who can block both of these, all 3 of these, and survive. So, while also getting us our clutch back from our graveyard, which will give us a flyer eventually. We still might pull ahead in this game. The stuff we have in our hand and so forth. I don't feel too bad about what's going on. One card left. I wonder if he has a Rolling Thunder or something like that. I'm hoping he doesn't, since we don't have any of our counter magic in our hand. Alright, so we'll take like 1 here. I'm going to block this here, that there, and this here, and take 2. Alright, we got our Scatter to the Winds now. So we could Rush of Ice, like a Demon's Grasp. Grasping the Tide Drifter may be what we want to do here. I think it is. It's causing us problems. It's making his attacks a lot more viable. All right, so we'll end the turn. We can turn the corner. As long as our opponent doesn't draw anything really scary. All right, that doesn't worry me too much. Doesn't really have great attacks right now. Ooh. Well, now he'll have attacks that are just fine. So there's that again. Okay. So we're going to take 1 again, I think. Maybe? No, more than that. Wait. Yeah, I can make it so I only take 1 if I block like this. Drops us to 11. Okay. Here I think we leave mana up. We can either flash in the nullifier or scatter to the winds. I do have the option of Clutch of Currencing something right now, I guess. But there's not really a great target for it. I mean, it'll be more useful later, potentially. He's in top deck mode, and we've got all kinds of gas in our hand. And so I think I'm okay with this. The nullifier will be a 2/4, worth mentioning. Yeah, play something big. Okay, that's the only card in his hand, so I think we're going to go ahead and use our nullifier here to counter it. Tapping our creatures down would be bad too, obviously. So we'll give him his salvage drone and his dominator drone back. See, I'm glad I swung earlier. So now we have a 2/4 who wreaks havoc on his attacks much more effectively. In fact, we can just avoid taking damage altogether, basically. So, yeah. There's our Blighted Fen. I think I leave up mana for Scatter to the Winds. Meh. I guess I could clutch, bouncing his Forerunner. The creature I make will have flying. I mean, although Scatter to the Wind seems pretty good when my opponent's in top deck mode. But if he doesn't play a spell, then I look kind of silly. But I think that's probably okay. If he doesn't play a spell, he's not going to have any good attacks. So if he does play a spell, we can Scatter and Awaken. So, all right, he's not playing anything. So we're just at parity still, it looks like. Okay. Oh, I could have cracked my Blighted Cataract there. I think I go ahead and play Silent Skimmer here. Gives me another blocker. It can become a win condition. And I still have mana for Scatter without Awaken. He doesn't have any flyers, so I think I'm actually going to get in there with... Nah, that's preventing him from attacking because it can actually do damage, so... Oh yeah, that's getting countered. That is a problem, so we will scatter it to the winds. All right, we got Spell Shrivel now too. We're just keeping it rolling. All right, we're going to start attacking finally in the air. Get in there for 2. And I think I'm going to leave mana up. Spell Shrivel is not super great right now, but I can crack my Blighted Cataract at the end of his turn if I so choose. Or, yeah, Blighted Cataract, that is what I mean. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Hey, green mana. And a Cloud Manta. All right. So I'm going to swing. I'm going to play this Forest instead of the Evolving Wilds so that I can play the Skyrider Elf right now. And I think I'll also play Cloud Manta, actually. Considering leaving mana for Spell Shrivel, but chances are it's not going to be great right now, and we can clutch whatever he plays. At least if it's a creature, that's a big problem. He could have Serpentine Spike. I guess that's a good... Ooh, Sludge Crawler is pretty annoying. I'll probably have to Rush of Ice him. soon, if not immediately. Oh, yeah, he can give it haste right now. He can only pump it up to not big enough, so it's interesting he chose to do that. It can only be a 4/5, so I can still just block it with my... Oh, he can make it a 5/6 now if he wants to. Interesting. Okay, let's see what happens here. So... I think we block there with Tide Drifter. We think we block here. I think we block here. Can probably just lose this at this point. Oh no, except it's going to give stuff flying. I guess Cloud Manta may be a better sacrificial lamb. I can double block that thing. If I do, I should do it differently though. He can make it up to a 6/6, I guess. Okay, let me think here. Is there a way to block more effectively here and take creatures out? Like I could double block here and kill that. Let me reset blockers. This is one of the more complicated blocking situations I've been in. I mean, I could basically trade here, which isn't too bad. I could double block here without losing anything. I could block here, here, and yeah, I'm just going to throw my Cloud Manta in front of that for now. I guess I do lose 2 flyers in this process, but I think that's okay. All right. Hey, Skyline Cascade, that'll work. Lock down that Sludge Crawler. And then I'm going to use Rush of Ice to tap down this thing and awaken my Forest, who has flying. Yeah, ingesting things does not seem like a bad idea. So his creatures are going to untap, but he can't really swing with any of them effectively, so that's what I do. I leave some blockers back, but... All right. This has been a pretty epic game. Ooh, that's nice. Okay. Well, this Sludge Crawler is about to be a problem again, so I think I'm going to bounce him. So, and then I can leave up Spell Shrivel mana, which granted is probably not that great right now, but I'm going to bounce the Sludge Crawler and awaken this. If I swing with all my flyers right now, I hit him for 6, 8, 10. So it's probably worth it. He can't really swing back effectively. Three, 6, 8, 10. All right. So if he can't kill us here, I think he's dead. This is just game 1, right? It feels like game 1. It's been a long one, though. I was getting wrecked early and managed to overcome things with what we drew. Okay. Swarm Surge, I guess, would be pretty bad, but I still don't think it would kill us. Interesting. Okay. We block here. May as well block there, and we will block here. No, I won't. Change that up a little bit. We'll block here. So that gets him in for a 1 damage. All right, looks like we're going to win it. All right. Well, we took game 1. It's definitely a long one, but we took it. I think adverse conditions is going to be pretty good in a matchup. If we end up in another sort of stalemate situation like that, adverse conditions can turn it around pretty quickly. Spell Shrivel was a pretty weak card that time around, mostly because we just never... It's mostly just because we drew it late, though. I suppose. I don't really know what I want to take out, though, for adverse conditions, so maybe I don't put it in. Yeah, I don't think I do. I think our deck's good as is. Hey guys, second game. I think I'd probably keep this. We have lots of ways of slowing our opponent down early and drawing into our threats and stuff. So yeah, I think a keeper. It's not amazing, but it's actually better than our last one was, and we ended up winning that game because that was a hand. I mean, we were behind as hell on lands, but we managed to be able to deal with that ruin processor, and from there it was our game. Slowly. I'm going to hold on to the Cascade until I can actually get a use out of it. Spell Shrivel will probably actually be good in this game since we'll be able to cast it early. Forerunner, no. Good. Forerunner Slaughter would kind of hurt. I mean, that's not great either, but it's not as bad. Okay, so we're going to play that. Dominator Drone, okay. So we're going to go to 16 this turn, which isn't great, I have to say. Okay, so I could play Skyline Cascade here and tap that down, but I'll probably get more value out of tapping down the Dominator Drone next turn. So I'll just leave Spell Shrivel up in the turn. Take at least 4 here, maybe more. Yeah, I'm going to use Spell Shrivel here. And we'll Cascade on the Dominator Drone this turn. So we'll put us at 11 already. He also gets to ingest something. Hey, Skyrider Elf. Yeah, so I probably go Cascade, tap that, and then play our Skyrider Elf. Yep. And end the turn there. We didn't see a whole lot of removal from our opponent in that last game. Interesting. I wonder if he has his own counter magic. So, Rush of Ice is probably what I'll do here on the Dominator Drone. So bam, and we'll awaken our forest because we don't really need more sources of whatever color of green. think I got to hang back here. I mean, for what we have in our hand, we can't really even afford to take like 1 damage at this point. We're low on life, and we just don't have that much action. Our Blighted Fen will probably actually kill something at least. So at least there's that, but... Wave Wing, yeah, that's annoying. I mean, Tightening Coils is going to have to get used on that, which is obviously not ideal. Well, I guess we could play our own Wave Wing, but his is, you know, his is in play first, so it's just going to be better, basically. All right. So, I could play Swamp. And I think I end my turn there. Probably trade my Forest for the drone if he swings with it now. I am way low on time. You know, the downside of a control deck, I guess. So probably need to play a little faster because it's kind of looking like game 3 is gonna happen. Okay. So I guess playing Tightening Coils before Blighted Fen was not ideal. I didn't really think about that. So I should not have played that land. I didn't think I had enough. So we'll play our Wave Wing. And we'll end our turn. So our Blighted Fen's really not going to do anything. I mean, it'll get a blocker out of the way, I guess, worst case scenario. And that might be useful, but probably won't be. I think we basically need to win this game because of our time problem. So that's kind of where we are. I'm hoping if he beats me, he does it quickly instead of giving me false hope. Okay, that complete disregard will help. I think we go ahead. Oh, I should have played a freaking land first. What am I doing here? We'll swing at the Wave Wing Elemental. Hold on to these lands because I have a Wave Wing Elemental in play and I might as well, and I'll end the turn. I have complete disregard to use here. Should I deem it necessary? Ooh, what is this? Another Ruin? God, maybe I should just scoop at this point because he's obviously a big problem. Trying to think if I can stop him. I mean, I've played my only Tightening Coils. I mean, it'll kill us quickly enough that I probably shouldn't just scoop. Well, that's interesting. Very interesting. But not necessarily good. So, I'm going to go ahead and swing with the 5/4 in the air. I guess if I'd left it back, I could have double blocked the Ruin Processor or something like that, but you know, it's not that good. All right, Forerunner. Probably end up using complete disregard on that this turn. Although that's a problem too. But we're going to go ahead and use complete disregard now on the Forerunner. So he can't give the Sludge Crawler haste. Freaking Ruin Processor. I wish we'd picked one of them up. We passed several. Interesting. Okay. I'm going to block here, and I'm going to chump here. And go to 8. Scatter to the winds. You're a little late to the game, buddy. So I'm going to swing with my 5er in the air. Can I do that and survive? 7, 10, not really, so never mind. Not unless I get to cast my Scatter to the Winds, which isn't like a guarantee. So do I need a Demon's Grasp though? Yeah, I think I do. On that. And I'll end my turn. Yeah, so we're gonna scatter to the winds that. I probably should just scoop, man. Like, I'm just using up all this time on a game that I probably can't win. So I think we go like this. And we scoop. All right, we need the time anyway. That ruined processor coming down again. You know, this time we couldn't do anything about it, so we just lost to it. So that's unfortunate. Gonna have to play quickly here. Pretty good hand. We need to draw land though, but hopefully we just do that. So I'm gonna keep it. We have a few turns to do it, and if we do, we're gonna be pretty happy with all the action we have. Opponent mulliganed. Playing way slower than our opponent, but that's how life is with a control deck, I guess. We have lots of stuff we want to do on our opponent's turn, so we can't just like yield all the time. We drew a land. Good. Okay. So we'll play Sky Spawner next turn, I think. And then we'll play our Infiltrator, probably. Tide Caller. That's nice. So yeah, we'll play Sky Spawner. Help me get things rolling. I may just use it to play Silent Skimmer next turn, depending on what our opponent does or doesn't do. Sludge Crawler. Okay. All right. I'm going to swing in the air. And I think I'll play Benthic Infiltrator because it can block really well too. I could keep Scatter to the winds up, I guess. But I think I play the Infiltrator now. And in the turn, so I got 3 damage a turn, which I like, that he can't really do anything about. I was going to say, he has like no good reason to attack, so I don't think he will. So we go swing, swing. And then I think I want to do this and play this. And in my turn, our lands are not coming our way, but his don't seem to be doing it either. Man, that's annoying. More than annoying, really. It's a problem. Not one we can deal with currently, really. Okay, do we swing with everything? I think we do. Can't stop any of it. So that's puts him at 10. Oh, I like hitting a Swarm Surge there. I think we leave up mana for Scatter to the Winds and then also play the Tide Caller next turn and get the Scatter back. Okay, so we're going to take some damage. He's also going to ingest a couple things, so... We're both stuck on 3 lands. It's kind of funny. All right, well, he can't do anything other than swing at us. And if that remains to be true, we're going to be pretty happy, I think. So if we just keep swinging at each other in this manner, okay. We swing with everything. So he's at lethal. So I think we do once again leave up mana for scatter so that the lethal we can hit him for lethal next turn. Because we can counter whatever he plays. Yeah, that's what we do. We either counter a removal spell or we counter a flying blocker. So we're in pretty good shape. He can't kill us, so... I don't think we need to be too worried. He also has no reason not to go full bore on his swings either, so... All right. Okay. So he's just conceding, basically. Weird game for both of us. We had very slow first two games, and then this game was very fast. I got a rare, pretty aggressive hand. And that'll do it. All right, we won round two. It was close, but we did have a lot of